thing they've left out. So, we're in game number 2. It's actually going to be a PvP on Whirlwind, which is an interesting choice. To go for the PvP. I mean, PvP is always, no matter how much you say it's getting better, it's always going to have that slight element of who does the better build, you know, who gets off to that slightly better start. So, it's a little bit risky. Whirlwind's a very large map, which kind of negates certain aspects of the matchup. So, we'll get into that in just a moment. In the bottom right hand corner, we do have the blue Protoss player from Spectre, going to be Ancestor. And in the upper left from missing in action is going to be the orange Protoss player, GrayWarden. So, PvP, what do you like to do on PvP on Whirlwind, Balnor?
On Whirlwind, I like to not play PvP on Whirlwind. No, but in all seriousness, Whirlwind, I feel like with its size and coupled with the fact that it's a 4-player map, kind of like Frost is, I think the most sensible choice to do here in PvP is actually go with some kind of a Stargate opening, especially if you see your opponent being spawning cross positions from you. If it's close positions, you can go with Sentry Expanse, you can go with classic Robo style of play. Obviously, things like 3-gate pressures and stuff like that are completely out of the question most of the time, because it leaves you so open while you're moving out on the map with your 3 Stalkers. It takes such a long time to cross the map to your opponent that you can actually lose a couple probes because of that if you manage to, the 2 armies manage to bypass one another. And usually the Mothership Core does not quite have a recall available at that time yet. So no surprise here that neither of these guys are moving out, and both are opening kind of conservatively, I'd say, with 2 gates. There's the first tech structure going down. It's going to be a Stargate for GrayWarden, just as we predicted.
Yeah, it's Stargate coming down. It's actually a little bit hidden in the corner of this base. I was looking at this pylon a bit and I was thinking, is this pylon to hide some kind of tech, or is it just there to, watch for any kind of warp-ins at a much later point in the game? So it is just to hide that Stargate. I mean, Stargate usually not the thing that's the most hidden. So I assume this has to be an Oracle coming out. Otherwise, I mean, we just throw the Stargate down in the back of your mineral line or somewhere. And so we're going to see a Oracle probably coming out of the Stargate, and a double gateway opening, now heading into a 3rd gateway for Ancestor. So this could be a really good opening for him. He's actually going in for a 4th gateway as well, and this could work really well, especially if an Oracle comes out, because an Oracle's not going to help at all. To the an Oracle won't help at all crossing the map and trying to harass. It's not going to help any kind of defending any kind of attack. So,
well, to be honest, I don't really think that the Oracle would be as useful in defending. I mean, it's just 4 gates with let me just double check, with no Mothership Core. The Mothership Core is not out, it's not in production, so high ground vision is not in play for Ancestor. So GrayWarden, all he has to do is see this coming and hopefully have a sentry or 2 out to force field those units out and buy time for his additional gateways to finish and get more units out. In the meantime, that Oracle could cause tremendous amounts of economical damage in the base of Ancestor, and since he is full on the attack, he will not have any defensive units out there. He misses the Oracle completely. He does not know this is on the way. He is completely focused on offense, and let me just tell you, unless he will have 2 Stalkers or 3 Stalkers already in the mineral line, the freshly warped in ones will not be able to save those probes' lives.
we see a Phoenix now on the way to follow this Oracle up from GrayWarden. So again, his 2nd gateway has just finished. His 3rd is now on the way. He will have a photon overcharge, but Ancestor, he needs a way up this ramp, so he needs to make sure he gets up there before any sentry comes out with any kind of force field, as GrayWarden also has an offensive pylon up to back up this Oracle. So the Oracle is about to hit exactly as these Stalkers run up the ramp, and they're actually going to get up here, but whoa, the sentry gets the force field just at the right moment, and now the Oracle in the mineral line, Belnoir, as you said, it's going to start doing damage, and Ancestor's just warped in everything on the other side of the map, so it's going to be a little bit tough for him, and another nice force field blocking these units out. 2 Stalkers do come in ready to start shooting down this Oracle, but it's getting so many kills, and it will even get out of there with 5 workers killed off. So as the force field now runs off a little bit, we will see Ancestor make his way up the ramp, but GrayWarden, he's got time because he's got this for an overcharge, and he's going to be able to get himself out of Void Ray if he wants to, which will severely help, and in fact he's got just enough numbers to push Ancestor back down the map.
That one warping back in Ancestor's base, the defensive one, actually kind of evened out the army strengths here at the front lines. And with those 2 Stalkers basically being picked off for free, GrayWarden is in a good shape. He can come back with that Oracle whenever he likes. Just sending that probe down to see how many units are there. He also has that pylon you mentioned before to keep warping in, and looks like Ancestor has tried to get up that ramp. Not a very wise move. I think he should just try to contain his opponent with force fields right now. Secure his main base and try to maybe expand or maybe get a robo facility behind this, because without a Colossus or Blink, there's no way that army is going down that ramp.
Ancestor's still trying to make his way up here, but he's starting to just fall behind in supply, and now there's a Zealot run by in his mineral line as well. He was trying to deal with this just before, but he just wasn't able to, and now the Oracle comes back in as well. The 2 Stalkers have been killed off, and 2 Sentries are actually being warped in, and I mean the Oracle's actually just going to feast on these. 1, 2 go down, and probes are going to continue going down to the Oracle. Ancestor just losing absolutely everything, lost his whole army at the same time, and GrayWarden keeps us moving along very quickly here with his